Thank you all for joining us today. Now, as we commence today's celebration, I would like to invite the person who is most fitting to tell us about the incredible journey of the foundation over the past year and reflect on the significance of this day and the remarkable milestones, achievements, and actions of Food Future Foundation. Please join me in welcoming our CEO, Mr. Pawan Agarwal. Over to you, sir.
So before I make my welcome remarks, let me welcome Mr. UP Singh, Upendra Prasad Singh, my dear colleague and friend, and also former secretary of uh, the government of India in the Ministry of Jal Shakti, and he had the unique, responsibility of handling both the departments of water resources and also the drinking water supply, which is the unique experience in civil services that he has got. And in both his roles, he made remarkable contributions to water as we see it in this country. So let me welcome Mr. UP Singh with the bouquet of flowers. Thank you. She wants the photograph. Thank you. So now this is uh, a significant milestone for the Food Future Foundation. And I welcome you all on this occasion, which also happens to be the World Food Day 2023. As you know that this year's theme is around water, and there'll be some activities around water in this program. But also, since it coincides with the foundation of the Food Future Foundation, so I will take you through the journey of the Food Future Foundation, particularly during the year 2022-23. Now, happy to share with all of you, well-wishers, patrons, that today the foundation has its permanent office. You can see glimpse of this beautiful office, which has been put together by Ria in past 15 minutes, which are fresh photographs, of this office. So I think we have a nice office, no problem of parking, centrally located, in the heart of Delhi, central Delhi. So this is unique, and we are very proud to be working from this office, which has a very unique and informal atmosphere, as you can see it. We've also the office was opened by Dr. Lawrence Haddad, World Food Laureate, and the executive director of GAIN during his recent visit to India. Now, over the last 1 year, we primarily consolidated on what we have been doing in the past, primarily, focused on the issue of food and nutrition education, and we call it food literacy. And this is inspired from experiences around the world, and we are trying to figure out, the gaps in school curriculum around food and nutrition education and that address those gaps. We also, as some of you may be aware, that year before last, we came out with the India Food System Vision Report 2030. And this work of, dissemination of the report to a wide range of stakeholders continued during the year. And you can see in this collage, some of the work that we have been doing with children and also about dissemination of the food system report. Further, as again, you may be aware that we did benchmarking of agri-food businesses in partnership with CII a couple of years ago, and that partnership with the CII, along with World Benchmarking Alliance and Food Foundation of UK, went a step further, and we did training and capacity building of experts and resource persons from industry to build competences around ESG environment, sustainable, and governance, which has become a very important benchmark, particularly for big food companies around the country and around the world. So this is consolidation of our ongoing initiatives. New initiatives were launched during the year, and most significant of them was the India Food System Fellowship. And you can see some glimpse of the food system fellows who were there with us in this office for nearly 2 months in the month of, which month was it? May, June, July, and they had wonderful experience, and we really miss them. Some of you are joining here on this online program with us. Welcome to you all of you, and we are very proud of having started this fellowship, which has potential to change the way youth looks at food systems in the country. There were over 250 applicants, and we basically selected through a rigorous process of multiple interviews and interactions, 26 of you. So, congratulations, and this fellowship is still continuing. Now, we also supported PATH and CHRI on large scale fortification of rice. We supported Andhra Pradesh government uh, through technical advisory services on chickpea fortification that we distribute under the midday meal scheme. And during the last 1 year in September, on the World Environment Day, an initiative in partnership with the Cool My Blog was announced, which is called the My School Climate Club. I think very focused action on that has not started, and that will begin as we roll out our, school engagement programs. Uh, Continue with our efforts on thought leadership and continuing our efforts with in working with CII and other partners. We were knowledge partner for global dialogue on food system transformation organized by CII as P20 Secretariat, and led two specific sessions, one on food choices and consumption and second on food safety. The highlight of this engagement was a delegation from US and Japan, which focused on how food and nutrition education is being handled in Japan, particularly the experience of Japan with Shokyu, which is food and nutrition education, is really remarkable. And we are working with the agencies in Japan so as to foster a more deeper engagement with Japan in the area of food and nutrition education. Now, in terms of partnerships and outreach, we signed several agreements during the year. Significant being Dr. Madan. You can see from SVT College, SNDT University, we had signed agreement with Country Delight, and Country Delight has fortunately provided us very competent, senior person on secondment basis. Manisha is here with us. She has been working with us for last 1 year or so. And we also partnered with National Institute of Nutrition, Global Child Nutrition Forum, and health systems, people-centric health systems foundation led by Dr. Chandrakant Lahiriya. I In order to give visibility and credibility to the work of the foundation, we have been participating in, national and global, forums. Significant being the World Food Supplement Forum held in Copenhagen, International Congress on Nutrition held in Tokyo, and a special session on healthy food environments in Berlin. Finally, and most significant achievement of the last 1 year has been, quick and swift movement towards formation of a coalition for food system transformation in India, in partnership and with the support of the German government, the GIG, and the first workshop around formation of the coalition was held in June, And the second workshop, which was more elaborate consultation workshop, in which many of you participated, was held very recently on 5th and 6th of October 2023. As we move forward, on 4th of November 2023, uh, during the World Food India 2023, on 3rd to 5th November at Pragati Maidan, a formal launch of the coalition will take place in the afternoon of 4th of November. You're all welcome to join the launch of the coalition. So, with this, once again, I thank all of you to join us, for this program at a very short notice. Thank my colleague and distinguished, expert in the area of water, Mr. UP Singh, former Secretary of Water Resources and Drinking Water Supply, and my own colleagues for this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That was a welcome worth waiting for. And now that we are all in good spirits, let's move forward with the program. So, moving on, we have short presentations on water viewed through different lenses. So, one from the budding vision of our children, one from our country's youth, and another as an international perspective. To begin with, I welcome students from Lotus Valley School for a short presentation they have curated. Over to you, Aditya.
Thank you, Drishti. So I invite the Lotus Valley budding, young boy to be part of this. I'm going to share my screen and I'll invite Arnav to take it over from here from me, please. Arnav, over to you.
On the occasion of World Food Day, with the theme of 2023 being Water is Life, Water is Food, Leave No One Behind, I extend a warm and splendid welcome to respected dignitaries, fellow mates, and all of you present here today on 16th of October 2023. It's our privilege, on behalf of Lotus Valley International School, Gurugram, to be the voice of children and share our thoughts on a vital element of our lives that's as precious as it is fascinating: water, the blue gold. भोजन की कहानी में राजा है पानी. These wise words symbolize a rather basic yet often overlooked aspect of our health: hydration. I am pretty sure every one of us here has heard that timeless advice from our mothers, right? Beta, और पानी पिया करो. And you know what? As always, we should listen to our mothers. They are pretty much like walking, talking water experts. Which brings me to hydration's key merits, including increased cognitive functioning, regulation of body temperature and blood pressure, detoxification, and so forth. Anyways, how do we stay hydrated? We all know our water consumption should be 3 to 4 liters of water every day. But how about we explore the innovative and exciting concept of eating water? It states that you can increase your hydration levels by consuming water rich foods, particularly water rich fruits and vegetables. These are not only delicious, but also packed with water, vitamins, and minerals. Examples include watermelon, cucumber, strawberries, broccoli, oranges, and many more. Moving on, let me share quite a staggering figure. 75% of Indians undergo some degree of water deficiency, typically called dehydration. Water deficiency could also cause some serious complications: dizziness, fatigue, seizures, organ failure, shock, and eventually death. These are all linked to various degrees of dehydration. I finally understand the age old saying, Jal hai to Jeevan hai. However, it is quite overwhelming to think One in three people worldwide are devoid of clean drinking water. Over 10,000 people die every year due to dehydration when households continue to waste precious water. It is crucial to recognize that पानी बर्बाद मतलब जीवन बर्बाद.
Yes, Arnav, water definitely is important for the human body. But do we have clean water? Is the water available today really free of disease causing germs? स्वच्छ भारत तो हमने सुना है, पर हमने आखिरी बार स्वच्छ पानी कब पिया था? When I talk about clean water and sanitation, I'm referring to the establishment of bio toilets, prevention of open defecation, uniform availability of water, disease free water, and creating more toilets, especially for women and girls. The concept of sanitation and water is not limited to just the availability of water and cleanliness of surroundings. It has deeper problems and situations connected to it. जैसे बच्चे कई बार स्कूल इसलिए नहीं जाते कि कोई साफ या फिर साफ छोड़ो पर बेसिक टॉयलेट भी नहीं होते हैं. यह अब इनकी एजुकेशन को इफेक्ट करता है और इलिटरेसी बढ़ जाता है. We can also state an example of how poor sanitation affects the health of a person. A single glass of unclean water can lead to diseases that may even cause death. So, when we really think about it, clean water and sanitation is so important to achieve because it is directly related to the citizens of a nation, and a country can develop only when its population is happy and healthy. Because at the end of the day, it is the citizens who take their countries to great heights. स्वच्छ पानी के बारे में तो हम समझ गए, पर अब हम इस पानी को कैसे बचाएं? मैम, if you could go to the next slide. क्या आप जानते हैं कि water is the most important resource? Even when scientists look for extraterrestrial life, the first clue they look for is the presence of water. Water is the only resource that fuels life on our planet. So it is only fair that we conserve water and make use of it judicially. But what are we doing instead? Water crisis is a looming threat in many countries, including India. I'm not here to elaborate on how water can be conserved, क्योंकि इधर सब जानते हैं कि पानी का बचाव कैसे होता है. Then where does the problem arise? The main problem is that despite the deteriorating conditions, changes are not being brought about, and the policies made are not having enough impact. Even today, after awareness campaigns and the introduction of so many policies, 30% of the total water requirement per person per day is wasted in India. Water is most consumed in sectors such as industry and farming, and awareness should be spread among them specifically. While awareness campaigns have been held, the audience is mainly people of urban localities. We fail to consider that most of the Indian population is a part of these sectors, and so educating a few of them will have very little or even no visible impact. And why make us children bear the brunt of water tables going down with time? As quoted by Gandhiji, be the change you wish to see in the world. So let the change start in our household. I would like to call Siddhansh to now focus on the concept of groundwater.
I totally agree with you, Vidita. The points you stated regarding water conservation and clean water are definitely worth noting. But do you know what is one of the key sources of clean water on our planet? It's groundwater, and it is essential to preserve and recharge it. It plays a crucial role in our lives. Understanding aquifers and water recharge is vital. Aquifers store water and require replenishment to sustain life. Groundwater depletion, exacerbated by factors such as overpumping and climate change, poses a grave threat. To combat this issue, various methods like rainwater harvesting and watershed management help recharge groundwater. Community efforts involving local participation are instrumental in preserving this precious resource. Wetlands also significantly aid groundwater replenishment. Sustainable agricultural practices like efficient irrigation can conserve groundwater. Protecting groundwater quality is essential for public health. I actually came across a success story of groundwater recharge from a water scarce state. Can you guess which state I'm talking about? It's Apna Rajasthan. Unbelievable, right? The state government initiated a project called the Jal Swavalamban Abhiyan in January 2016. Under this program, local communities were actively involved in building and restoring traditional water harvesting structures, such as check dams, ponds, and percolation tanks. These structures allowed rainwater to be captured and gradually percolate into the ground, replenishing the aquifers. This inspiring example showcases the potential for sustainable groundwater management through local engagement and the revival of age old water harvesting techniques. Success stories worldwide illustrate the positive impact of focused efforts in groundwater recharge, showcasing the path towards a sustainable future. Now, I would like to invite Paridhi to talk about green water and soil moisture.
Thank you, Siddhansh. I do agree that groundwater is important, but today I would like to talk a little different. हम सभी ने वर्ल्ड फूड डे के बारे में सुना है, लंबे एसेज भी लिखे हैं. They say World Food Day is celebrated to spread awareness on providing equal and fair accessibility of food to all. But how? सोचना ये है कि food की accessibility depends a lot on healthy soil. How is it possible if we don't have enough healthy soil to support that large food chain? ग्रीन वाटर का नाम सुना है? शायद नहीं. Of course, water is transparent, but green water is the unseen lifeline of our planet. Let me explain. Fresh water that is stored in the soil as soil moisture is green water. And as the name suggests, it helps to support the life system of soil, helping in the growth of plants. It provides a sustainable home to the precious microbes living underground, helping to reduce water exchange and saving us from so many diseases. This also helps us to achieve the sustainable development goals. How, you may ask? Well, it's quite clear that green water helps to achieve life on land by supporting so many life cycles. Now, all the sustainable development goals are quite interconnected. Achievement of one SDG leads to the achievement of another SDG. Thus, green water also helps us to achieve climate action, zero hunger, and responsible consumption and production. If green water is so important, then why don't we create systems to protect them? Government schemes only focus on blue water, the water that is available in rivers and lakes. As it is rightly said, we need a lot of blue to maintain the green. Sustainable systems to manage green water are required if we really want to keep walking on this earth. This can be achieved through small steps like strong root system, till system, and closing the yield gap. In the end, I would like to say, मिट्टी की शक्ति को होने न दो भंग. फूल जिस दिन मुरझा जाएंगे, रह जाएगा सिर्फ गम. It's time to preserve the water and life cycle. How? Let's learn it from Viraj.
Thank you so much for the recognition, Parithi. Today, I would like to start with a quote. Water, water all around, but not much to use. Well, I may have rephrased the saying, but that is the reality. But the million-dollar question remains, where did all of that usable water go? Well, it was wasted and continues to be so. As we all know, water is used in all sectors of development, be it industrial, agricultural, textiles, animal husbandry, etc. And that today, only around 0.5% of the Earth's water is fresh and usable by us. With this in mind, such a precious resource with high utility is being wasted. This can have dire consequences in the balance of the ecosystem. Not only does it affect the animals of the marine spectrum, but us humans will also face the problem of freshwater scarcity due to water wastage. This will cause droughts, crop failure, and an increase in your water, food, and electricity bills with an increased health risk. The world is already going through a water crisis. Many countries are not able to provide its citizens with clean, drinkable water. India is estimated to become a water scarce nation by 2025, shown by a report in 2019 from Niti Aayog. It has been estimated that by 2040, 1 in 4 children worldwide will be water deprived. These are alarming numbers. With the points stated so far, it makes it more vivid that water is truly our blue gold and needs to be conserved. Now, with all that is said, I would like to leave you with the question. Are we truly utilizing water to its fullest extent? And are our careless acts worth some of the consequences? Thank you. Now, I would like to invite Vansh to further speak on the topic.
Definitely, Viraj. The way we are utilizing water will not only have consequences today, but in the future too. That is why I will be talking about quenching thirst and fueling tomorrow. जल है तो कल है, जल है तो जीवन है, पानी और जीवन। इन सब से हमने पन्ने तो बहुत रंगे हो गए, पर अब वक्त आ गया है वक्त बदलने का। We have all talked the talk. So let's start walking the walk by promoting water safe practices and sustainability through the UN recognized SDGs. लेकिन ये बात ध्यान में जरूर रखिएगा कि ये रास्ता आसान नहीं है। अब या तो थोड़ी मुश्किलें अभी सह लेते हैं या अपने बच्चों का जीवन मुश्किलों में डाल देते हैं। The choice is yours. Since we are talking about the future, it will be almost hilarious to leave out artificial intelligence, primarily because water conservation with the help of AI is one of the few ways to ensure sustainable water practices. One of the other reasons why sustainable practice aren't in practice are the lack of awareness among the people, which is helped by lack of action by authorities. At the end, changing the unfortunate condition of water is only possible if we fight it as leaders by exhibiting leadership skills. The issue of scarcity and sustainable water practices is not only restricted to one territorial institution, but the entire world. And thus, the ideals of Vasudeva Kutumbakam can too be achieved when we come together as one unit and say no to the wastage of water and promote sustainable water practices. Ladies and gentlemen, the sad reality of today's world is that many of us still follow a kal ho na ho mentality, while the youth is left wondering कि अगर ऐसा चलता हो तो शायद कल ना ही हो. It's time to draw the line. This generation is where one of the biggest catastrophes known to life on earth stops. We will bring the change. Because I don't want my child going to sleep thinking whether they're going to wake up in the morning. Do you? बूंद बूंद से सागर भरते तो हैं, पर अब सागर को भरने का वक्त आ गया है. So please use water judicially. Lotus Valley International School, Gurugram, signing out.
It was indeed a very insightful and informative presentation. We would also like to take this momentous occasion as an opportunity to announce our foundation's annual awards as our annual tradition. So, beginning with the Lotus Valley School, we would like to thank Miss Anita Malhotra, Principal, Miss Ritu Java, Vice Principal, along with students of Lotus Valley School. And now I would like to invite Mr. Pawan Agarwal to say a few words.
So first of all, heartiest congratulations to Lotus Valley School. You have again been amazing. I think I was listening to what you said, and there were great insights. And how did you manage to get all that and put it so, you know, so emphatically, so beautifully in presence of this, though small but an important audience, is incredible. Congratulations. So last year we started a tradition of recognizing and rewarding our partners uh, in our work on an annual basis on occasion of the Foundation Day. First recipient of the Food Future Foundation Award was, Madam Sunitra Rode, who has been assisting us, helping us, and putting together the food literacy curriculum. Continuing with that tradition, this year we decided to give this award to uh, jointly to Aditi Malhotra and Lotus Valley International School. Uh, since they are not available in person here with us, so we will announce this award, and the award will actually be given on occasion of the launch of the coalition led by Food Future Foundation on 4th of November. I'll request Manisha to read out the citations briefly and then we'll move on.
So, good afternoon, everyone. In tribute to unwavering dedication and path-breaking endeavors in the realm of education, recognizing the school's commitment to making food literacy an integral part of every student's journey, and for exemplary display of the curriculum at the prestigious National Foods Coalition workshop organized on 5th and 6th October 2023, acknowledging the pioneering efforts that have not only elevated educational standards but have also asserted the community leadership and global inspiration. Saluting the visionary leadership of Ms. Anita Malhotra and her commendable team, under whose guidance the institution has emerged as a beacon of progress and change. The Food Future Foundation proudly confers upon Lotus Valley International School, Gurugram, this annual award 2023. May this accolade serve as a symbol of our deep appreciation, respect, and hope. We wish that your enduring legacy and shared vision inspire institutions worldwide, fostering a more food literate and sustainable future for generations to come. Once again, congratulations, Lotus Valley International School. Another award goes to Aditi Mehrotra, recognizing the fervent dedication and unparalleled contribution to public health and nutrition, underpinned by a master's degree in nutritional sciences and an illustrious career spanning over 3 decades, celebrating her legacy as an esteemed author, a dynamic entrepreneur, and an insightful consultant who has etched a permanent mark in the expensive domain of nutrition and health, highlighting her groundbreaking initiatives with Ani's Fit Kit, a true reflection of her unyielding commitment to the nutritional betterment of children and her revolutionary endeavors to amplify food literacy and propagate sustainable food practices. Acknowledging her notable collaboration with schools across Delhi NCR, Rajasthan, and the significant role she undertook in liaising with the Food Future Foundation to set an unparalleled contribution of food literacy at Lotus Valley International School, applauding her dedication roles ignited and Tamanna NGO, where her commitment to augmenting food literacy and health education shines brightly. The Food Future Foundation extends its profound admiration and pride in bestowing this annual award 2023 upon Ms. Aditi Mehrotra. We commend her for relentless pursuit of excellence, advocacy, and enduring passion for ensuring a brighter and healthier food future for our children. Congratulations once again, ma'am.
We would like to take this opportunity and welcome Ms. Ritu Jawa, the Vice Principal of Lotus Valley School, to say a few words, ma'am. Over to you.
Uh, Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Agarwal, and to all the esteemed members, and also my fellow student, my dearest students from Lotus Valley. I think I'm a little overwhelmed with this. So before anything, I would, on behalf of our Director Principal Anita ma'am, I extend heartfelt gratitude to the foundation, to Mr. Agarwal for recognizing the efforts of not our school per se, but also our students much so, because for the last couple of years, or maybe I would say since its inception, the school has been propagating and professing the very, very essence of good fitness and health and hygiene. And with every year, we understand the importance of ensuring that it is a message which is widespread, not only to the community or to our school per se, but to even go beyond it. So we've been taking lot many initiatives to take this thought forward, and I would only like to thank Aditi for being a very important and a pivotal part of this initiative all the while. And you've been with us, Aditi, for so many years to ensure that our children from pre-nursery years up till higher grades are much involved in understanding the importance of eating well, preserving well, and also to with this year's theme as water as a part of the resource, as a part of the food system. I think it's so essential. While you've been talking to the kids and you've been working with them all through the process, I have understood the essence of water and the importance of it. While one of our students said that we've grown up, with our mother telling us that keep drinking water and pani pina bahut zaruri hai. But the best part was that during our training period and during our time with these children, there were so many things which came out from them. It was nothing that we had to do, because it was their thoughts which were coming forward so extensively and so aggressively. They were, with the thought that we must bring about a change together. And that's what I love about the school. And I can only thank our director principal, Anita ma'am, because it's her vision, it's her mission which she takes forward, and that's very, very close to her heart. And the best part is that we meet the right person to collaborate with, and that's Mr. Pavan Agarwal. So thank you so much, sir, for recognizing our efforts and for acknowledging the work we are doing. And it does make a difference when it comes from the person who's a pioneer, who's been a pioneer and has been called the Eat Right Man of India. So thank you very much. And we acknowledge it with all the graciousness and humility. So thank you again. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to invite Ms. Aditi Mehrotra, who is an advisor at Food Future Foundation as well as co-founder of Arnie's Fit Kids. And over to you, ma'am. Say a few.
Thank you, Drishti. At the very outset, I'd like to congratulate Lotus Valley International School, Gurugram, because when I started my journey way back in 2008, when we co-founded Army Fit Kid in Chandigarh, immediately there were 80 schools in Chandigarh who adopted this school nutrition program. And when I moved to Delhi NCR, I really thought that I will not get open doors to school. And Mrs. Anita Malhotra was very, very gracious enough to understand what holistic development is all about. And she opened the doors for me. And from there started the journey in Delhi, NCR. So congratulations once again. It's wonderful working with you all. And I really like how the children now who have passed out or the ones who are in the senior school really talk about health as if they are the dietitians, they are the nutritionists. So it's really nice when I began with them in nursery, and now they are all here right in front of you advocating the importance of water. So I'm deeply honored to receive this award for my work that I'm so passionate about, when it comes to children. And all I can say is that this award comes in as a powerful reminder that I am indeed, or I have indeed been on the right path, dedicating to creating a brighter and a healthier world for the children. I'm also reminded of something that I was watching yesterday was an interview of the legendary athlete Usain Bolt, who said that I trained 4 years to run the 9 seconds. So I feel much like Bolt's journey. I began way back in 2008, and I continued to do so. And Lotus Valley was one of the first schools here in Delhi NCR, and I have reached over 1 million children and worked in over 400 schools till date. And I think now finally I have aligned my vision with that of Food Future Foundation's mission of mainstreaming the food literacy curriculum as an integral part of the child's education and making this a food literate country. So, with this shared responsibility and vision, I now feel that these are the 9 seconds. So, it's just that we have to take the final run, pan India, and I feel deep sense of accomplishment. I'd also like to extend my gratitude to my co-founder Avnish and my entire team of dietitians, of activity teachers who work, tirelessly with me. And the day we have our nutrition journey, we are covering almost 500 children at a go in one day. So this is really, really nice. And Pavan sir, thank you so much for making me part of your vision as I can see it becoming a reality today. So thank you so much, sir. Your ideas are well taken, and I think I quite enjoy, taking your ideas into schools such as Lotus Valley and many others. And this is just the beginning, and I'm sure you're going to sprint with me in the last and final 9 seconds. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed uh, it was indeed a momentous occasion to celebrate these awards of excellence. And moving forward, uh, with this, I now invite Ms. Bhavna from our team, who has been coordinating with various academic institutions and our youth leaders around the country. And on today's occasion, she'll do a poster presentation of water related initiatives received from universities and colleges around the country. Over to you, Bhavna.
Um, a very good evening to one and all present here. My name is Bhavna. On the occasion of the fourth Food Future Foundation Day, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our esteemed online and offline participants who have actively engaged with us. We have successfully connected with universities, colleges, and schools across India, fostering a community dedicated to the future of food. I would like to point out something during the Coffee National Workshop event. It was a delight to welcome over 500 participants online, representing more than 20 universities. And despite the short notice for the World Food Day, the theme Water is Food, Water is Life, we won't leave no one behind, we received 19 impactful posters from the talented youth across 10 universities situated in various parts of India, including Karnal, Punjab, Bhopal, Bangalore, Haryana, and Chhattisgarh. So let's take a movement to acknowledge the artistic expression and unique perspective of our talented participants. We eagerly look forward to showcase their remarkable artwork and gaining insight from their perspective during our fourth Food Future Foundation Day event. So from Government BB Girls PG College, we have 9 participants. Dipali Chaturvedi, Dr. Abhaya Joglekar, Kajal Thakur, Arzu Verma, Priya Yadav, Kunjalita Sen, Ayushi Soni, Shreya Jain, and Ankita Baghel. From the National Dairy Research Institute Karnal, we have Khushi Kumari, Kunal Anand, Amit Raghuvanshi, and Khyati Dhawan. From Guru Nanak Dev University, we have Kanchan Kumari and Jashandeep Kaur. From MS Ramaya University, we have Medni Jimalehi. From Lovely Professional University, we have Hemant Tomar and Hitanshu Sharma. Hemant Tomar from Sage University and Divya Sharma from Guru Jambeshwar University.
Beautiful posters. Very nice posters.
I kindly request all the participants to switch on their cameras so that we can capture this moment and celebrate our collective dedication to shaping the future of the food. Thank you.
I would request all the participants to turn on their cameras. We'll have a group photo. Yeah. Thank you, Bhavna. Now, without a further ado, I would like to invite our special guest at FFL to add on a global perspective with respect to today's theme. Ms. Meera Kanda. She is currently studying human nutrition at University of Copenhagen, Denmark, and is here in India for one of her projects while working with the Novo Nordisk Foundation. We welcome you here in our office, Meera.
Here, in international context, the theme of the World Food Day 2023, Water is Life, Water is Food, Leave No One Behind, holds a significant relevance. The 7 lenses through which we view the critical relationship between water and food security, along with their associated activities, provide a blueprint that extends beyond national boundaries and are a universal principle that can be be applied worldwide. So the first theme, hydration. The fundamental importance of water for human life and well-being transcends borders. Ensuring that every individual has access to clean and safe drinking water is a fundamental right and a shared responsibility for every nation. Activities here could be organizing community hydration awareness drives, distribute refillable water bottles, and host hydration challenges. The second theme, the lens, water conservation. The global population is steadily increasing, and so is the demand for food. Sustainable water use practices are vital not only for our generation, but for future generations as well. Water saving techniques and efficient agriculture practices are essential for worldwide. Activities could be hosting workshops demonstrating water saving cooking techniques and promoting efficient appliances. The third lens, water recharge and groundwater. Groundwater is our hidden treasure beneath Earth's surface and is crucial for agriculture, ecosystems, and human consumption. Countries around the world must actively work to replenish and protect these valuable resources. This can be done by establishing community rainwater harvesting projects and promote permeable surfaces in urban areas. In green water and soil moisture. The health of the soil and its capacity to retain moisture and critical components of food security everywhere. Promoting organic farming and sustainable land management practices is an international concern. This could be done by having workshops on organic farming, mulching, and other practices that enhance the soil health and moisture retainment. Clean water. Contaminated water sources affects millions of people around the world, leading to waterborne diseases and food safety issues. Ensuring water purity from source to table is a common goal for all nations. Here you can distribute water purification tablets in vulnerable areas and host educational campaigns about boiling and safe storage of water. Number 6, waste no water. The scarcity of fresh water is a global issue, and every drop saved today contributes to the food security of tomorrow. Responsible water use and innovative water recycling solutions are shared objectives. Citing community challenges to reduce household wastewater and showcase innovation in water recycling could be ways to deal with this. And last but not least, youth for water stewardship. The youth are the future leaders and guardians of our planet. Encouraging their active involvement in water and food security is a global necessity, not limited to any specific region. Together, these 7 areas emphasize the intrinsic link between water and food, urging collective action to ensure that we protect and value water. We also ensure food security for all. In summary, the 7 lenses and activities highlighted for World Food Day 2023 underscore the global nature of the challenges related to water and food securities. These issues do not respect national borders, they affect people all around the world. Thus, it is essential for nations to collaborate, share knowledge and best practices, and work together to ensure that everyone, regardless of their geographical location, has access to safe water and an adequate food supply. This international perspective reminds us that the quest for water and food security is a shared mission that requires collective global action to leave no one behind. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So great. It's so good. I think we had many guests online. Even though there was one sessions around global hunger report, given that Dr. Shankar is not able to join us, I'll talk about it a little bit. But before I speak briefly on global hunger report, let me turn to our online participants and kindly raise your hands if you want to make a point, but otherwise I'll call. Is do we have Ishi Ghosla online with us? Ishi, would you like to say something? Ishi, yeah.
Yes, yeah, I'm there, Pavanji.
Yes, please. you know, uh, let
So,
me begin. Let us begin with you.
well, I am absolutely thrilled to be here on this occasion. And first of all, my greetings to all of you who are listening on the World Food Day. And also, it coincides with the fourth anniversary of the Food Future Foundation. So, my congratulations to the entire team. Uh, all I'd like to say is that the team, with dedication, absolute commitment, and passion above all, which is most needed, FFF has been really moving ahead and trying to find a roadmap to achieve positive health through changing food systems and making it sustainable. And it's at its core, the values which it has upheld include coalitions, food literacy, inclusivity, and innovation. It has managed to not only ignite adult minds, but several young minds. And I'm sure that in the years to come, this is going to have a ripple effect. And very soon, with all the efforts and the good energies that come with it, we will all be eating better and living in a better ecosystem. And collectively, I think we are working towards that. And I would just like to say that I'd like to say that we have the heart in our in the right place. And just a heartiest congratulations once again to this team with very, very unique vision. And together, as a part of it, we will make a difference. So, congratulations once again. And thank you for having me, Pavanji. Is that audible? You're on mute.
Oh, Aja, sorry, Professor Pandav. You know, we would like to have your words of wisdom.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Words of wisdom. There are three kinds of people in this world: those who are wise, those who are otherwise, and those who supervise. So thank you very much. So this is the fourth foundation day of the Future Foundation. I looked at the life expectancy. Life expectancy at the age of 1 year is 70 years, and at 4 years is 74 years. So we're going to go at least minimum 74 years. That's I just took the statistics. Now I'm impressed about the school's involvement. Pawanji, for the first time, the Lotus School has been involved very deeply and very enthusiastically. I admire the enthusiasm of the school children in participating in this. I looked at the meaning of lotus. In Hinduism, lotus means spiritual enlightenment, beauty, fertility, purity, prosperity, and eternity. So you chose the right school. In the field of nutrition, as in politics, the task is to do what is possible. And I think under your leadership, we are doing what is possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Panda. Dr. Jagdeep Madan, you are on flight and I think you hopefully have reached Goa now. And so we would like to listen to you and get your wisdom.
Yes, so good evening, everyone. And I think I'm joining you from Goa Airport, and fortunate enough to be a part of this celebration. At the outset, Mr. Pawan Agarwal, heartiest congratulations on the fourth anniversary of Food Future Foundation, and that too on a very important occasion of World Food Day. uh, the name itself, when you say Food Future Foundation, I think you are really touching the future generations. And every time I've interacted with you, I think there is a step forward to connect with the future generation of this country, starting from young adults to the young children of the school. And, they are the stakeholders with whom we have to have a conversation about issues for the future. So I think today, when I heard young kids talking about water, looked at the series of posters which were put up, and the same school children and young adults who spoke about food literacy, the way they understood food literacy. I think this is the vision of this foundation, because unless and until we connect with these stakeholders, we possibly cannot impact the future. So, let me also place on record that as a head of a very prestigious institution, Sir Vittal Das Thakursi College of Home Science, we are privileged that we are partnering with Food Future Foundation in all activities, which is a common vision which we are sharing, and especially, our commitment towards, working towards a training program for hand holding the teachers who are going to be engaged in the food literacy program. So our team is going to work very closely with the foundation and take this mandate forward. And secondly, Mr. Pawan Agarwal, let me also share with you that, being an autonomous college, being an empowered autonomous college, we are in a position to bring systems approach to food and health as a mainstream elective for all our students in the new education policy. So I think, this is again something which we are taking it forward. And once again, let me say thank you very much. I think someone said you are the eat right man of India. I would say you are also the networking man of India. And and you can really bring strength together by connecting people. So thank you very much for making me a part of this journey, and we are with you, and we'll work towards our common vision of making a difference of the future of not only this country but this planet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Madan. I think really grateful that you could join us. Okay, we move on. We have Dr. Pashupati from Chennai. Dr. Pashupati, you're on mute, I think. Huh?
He's unmuted.
No, we can't hear you, Dr. Pashupati. Acha, there is some problem with your device. Maybe we'll come back to you. We can move on to Dr. Raj Bhandari. Dr. Bhandari from Jaipur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, we kept you waiting. Joined us.
Fine.
Yeah,
fine.
please.
So, Dr. Pawan Agarwal, it's a pleasure and a delight to be with you all to celebrate the World Food Day, and which also happens to be the Food Future Foundation's Foundation Day. So it is an absolute delight that you are sensitizing our younger generation, and this would really bring about a generational shift. I often say that we have not borrowed this planet, we have not inherited this planet from our ancestors, but we've borrowed it from our children. So it is important to have a very healthy and sustainable planet for future generations. Dr. Agarwal and myself, we were discussing about the Global Hunger uh, Index report, GHI, the other day, and it came to my mind that it is rather paradoxical that we have the largest social safety net program in the world, and also we are food surplus, and despite that we are labeled as 111, down way below most of our neighboring countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh and Ceylon, Sri Lanka. So I just wish to flag a certain, while GHI is a composite index of 4 indicators, 3 of those indicators are actually not related to hunger. The second is that it would be wiser to bring about a household food insecurity index, which has been developed by FAO to assess our hunger or malnutrition index, basically. And what the GHI has used is the NFHS 5 data, whereas the official data that we record is the Poshan Tracker, uh, which gives real-time data from different states, and this is being monitored by Women and Child Department. The other thing is that the two indices, wasting and stunting, actually they are two sides of the same coin, and the intermediate and the immediate factors basically happen to be common to both these. So it doesn't make sense to take these as separate indicators by any chance. As a pediatrician and a doctor, I feel that the body composition of our children and of our population is unique, and it is different from other, uh, you know, uh, subgroups. And therefore, uh, uh, if hunger were to lead to malnutrition, it would be better to do a bioelectric impedance analysis. We call it the BIA, which separates the fat and the fat-free mass. And I'm sure many European countries will fail in this test, and the Indian population would be much better off if we go down to assess the risk factors for diabetes, hypertension, fatty liver. 70% of the population in the US and all, and they suffer from some kind of a metabolic dysfunction. So, all in all, the government is very much concerned about these issues, and I think we have to develop our own methodology, which is not flawed and which gives a real perspective of our nutritional and hunger and malnutrition index. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bhandari. I think you made my life easy because we wanted to cover this entire issue of global hunger index, India's ranking in during this because it is a contemporary issue, and I have posted something on my LinkedIn profile and also written editorial piece for CNBC, which is also available on LinkedIn profile. So I think elaboration that you have done after that, perhaps we did not touch upon this issue. In any case, we are running a little behind schedule, so we'll also be able to catch up with that. Thank you very much. Really appreciate for your insights into the global hunger index and India's position in that. So let me move on to a few other colleagues. Dr. Pashupati, are you there?
Yes,
Can
sir. I'm there, sir.
yeah,
Now, can you hear me?
we can hear you very loudly now.
Good evening and congratulations to the Food Future Foundation on this beautiful day. There are 3 Ws that I wish to convey: water yield management, water utility management, and water source management. I think these are the 3 Ws we have to concentrate. Water yield management will be the principal point. If the industry has to conserve water and do wonders on the water special event that we have today, per ml of water, what's the yield in the food industry is the most important thing. I think I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to take the battle to the industry with this. And I'm already working on it with the hospitality industry. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Pashupati. Dr. Kuldeep Sharma? Dr. Kuldeep Sharma, if you're there.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving this opportunity. Today, sir, I am recalling 8th of December 2020, when I think that was the first presentation being made by Food Future Foundation. And I am just reminding you of the last quote on the last slide of that presentation of our foundation. It said, if we do not create future, the present extends itself. And if I look at that particular presentation with that kind of goal, the kind of journey we have traveled, sir, it is marvelous. Tangibly, we have achieved a lot. We have seen, we have our ambassadors in the form of our interns. And if I look at the way, the whole context of this foundation has transformed into a meaningful dialogue with the world, I'm not saying with the industry. And if I look at the context being shown in the first presentation and the one which we had at the time of coalition, it shows a lot of things. And that actually shows that there is a lot of learning behind. And as we normally say, sir, I would like to close with this, that the more you learn as an organization, the more the sphere of your ignorance expands. So what I wish for foundation is, let our sphere of ignorance keep on expanding under your stewardship. Keep on learning and keep on gaining more insight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. I think really very insightful, useful comments. Dr. Prabodh Halde. Dr. Halde, are you there? Okay. So anyone else who would like to make brief remarks? Anyone else on line who would like to, any hands raised? Okay. Anyone?
Yes. Vijaya Khada.
Please. Yes. Yeah, you are the first one to join us. Please, madam, please.
Yeah, okay. Hearty congratulations to you and your team for the wonderful work on this Foundation Day. And I really appreciate the younger minds, the way they have projected the future needs of our country. And because it's very, very, unless we work together to solve the problems, we really thank the green revolution, yellow revolution, white revolution, blue revolution. Now we are in the pink revolution. One side we talk about the abundance of the food availability, and the other side we are talking about the malnutrition. How to overcome all these things? In spite of having the good resources, manpower, intellectual capacity, but still we are talking about how to overcome the malnutrition. Now, malnutrition means it's not only the undernutrition, and now we have to be worried about the overnutrition also. That is also coming on the way. Not only stunting and what you can just wasting. The overweight is really a sort of the bothering us. Now, unless all the scientists or the students, the teachers, and all that, what you can say, different organizations, starting from the producers to the consumer, unless we work in a sort of the network with all our dedicated spirit on priority basis, I don't think I will be able to achieve any of the things. That's what I'm just trying to, because I'm really appreciating the younger minds, how they have projected the beautiful slides. I'm really, really happy. I'm very fortunate to see this thing. And they are the torch bearers to improve our nutritional condition, or maybe the nutritional status, health security, and the food security, whatever we talk about it. One side we are talking about the abundance of the food availability. Another side we are talking about the malnutrition, food wastage, losses. How to overcome all these things? This is a big millennial question mark. Unless we work with a good commitment, that is more important, with a lot of connectivity, including everyone, every organization. Thank you very much for providing me this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Agrawal.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Is there any other? Huh? Dr. Saluja, would you like to say something? Saluja Saab. Professor Saluja from.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible.
Sir, so my hearty congratulations and good wishes only. And as my colleague Dr. Kuldeep Shara mentioned, you are providing us a good learning opportunities. So I'm very grateful for all the activities which is being taken by the WFFF. My sincere congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Saluja. We really appreciate your presence and your comments. So any other comments from any colleagues who are present here? Would you like to say something before I hand over to Nandini to introduce our keynote speaker? All right. Over to you, Nandini. Sorry, we are behind, 5 minutes behind. Actually.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now it's time to introduce our distinguished keynote speaker, Mr. Upendra Prasad Singh. Beginning with a humble background in his early education from a small village, he went on to join one of the premier Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, where he earned his bachelor and master degree in engineering. After completion of his education, Sir Upendra Prasad Singh chose to serve the nation by joining Indian Administrative Services. He is a 1985 batch Indian Administrative Service Officer of the Odisha cadre. Notably, Sir Upendra has held significant position within the Government of India, including pivotal position in the Ministry of Water Resources and River Development and Ganga Innovation, where he served as Additional Secretary and is a Mission Director for the National Water Mission. Later, he took on the role of Director General for the National Mission for Cleaning Ganga in October 2016. He has played a crucial part in shaping policies and initiatives aimed at improving access to clean drinking water, sanitation, and sustainable management of India's vital water resources. He has also delivered a TED talk on the topic of water and elixir for raising awareness about water conservation and management. We are very fortunate to have you, sir, with us and to share your insights on the essence of water, its role, challenges, and India vision. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Very good afternoon to all of you. Congratulations to Pawan and his team on the 4th Foundation Day of Food Future Foundation. My greetings on the occasion of World Food Day too. In fact, sometimes back, I think about a week back or so, Pawan rang me up and he wanted to, in fact, he requested me to suggest someone who would be a keynote speaker on the occasion. And I offered myself for two reasons. One is that he has been talking about, or I have been listening from him about the foundation. And I also wanted to get a bit motivated. In fact, one day we talked for half an hour and he tried to motivate me because after 37 years and 2 months and 6 days of service, I decided really to hang my boots. I thought, let me not work any longer. Let me do things which I have not been able to do because of pressures of the job or whatever, travel or to see movies or to see web series, read, write, all that. And that's what I have been doing for almost a year because in fact, I'm going to complete about a year since my superannuation. So maybe I came here today to get a little, maybe some of his enthusiasm and energy will rub on me and maybe youngsters, seeing these youngsters, I will also think because at one point of time, I also thought that maybe I'll start working for water literacy because I thought that people know very little about water and the river, really. So I'm happy to be here, and because and especially since Pawan is a batchmate and a good friend, we have been batchmates since 1980. We have been friends since 1985 when all of you who are present there were not even born. So let me come to the topic. calculated how many minutes I have, and I found that 19 minutes was given to me. 19 minutes, of course, is too short to speak something as vast as water, actually. But nevertheless, I will try to stick to the time, and maybe I will not touch every aspects of water because. But before that, I must congratulate the children of the Lotus Valley International School because they made, in some way, my life easier as well as difficult. Difficult in the sense that they have spoken many of the things which I wanted to speak. So anyway, excellent presentation. Thank you very much. So let me start now. I'll start with a couplet from Rahim. Rahiman pani rakhiye, bin pani sab soon, pani gaye na ugre, moti manus chun. Someone said water is the lecture of life. Someone says that Jal Hi Jeevan hai. Someone said already that without water, there cannot be any life on this earth or any planet. That's true. But when you talk today of, you hear the word water, if someone tells me that, okay, when you hear the word water, what comes to your mind first? And chances are that the thought which will come to your mind would be water scarcity or water crisis. This is perhaps the first thing that will come to your mind. But then I everybody talks about how per capita water availability has been going down. Today, per capita water availability would be maybe something like 1/4 or 1/5 of what we had at the time of independence. This is simple arithmetic because the quantum of water available has not increased, whereas population has increased by 4 to 5 times. If numerator is same, denominators increases by 4 or 5 times, the quotient will become 1/4 or 1/5. That's true. People also talk of skewed rainfall patterns in India. The water, see, it's not the total availability of water which is important. What is more important is that how is the distribution of water over time and space. And India, distribution of water on time and space is very skewed. You know, there are areas where you get more than 5,000 millimeter rainfall, even a 10,000 millimeter of rainfall. You hear Acherapunji and the likes. Then you also have areas where you get less than 200 millimeter rainfall. Parts of Gujarat, parts of Rajasthan gets less than 200 millimeter rainfall. So it's very skewed. At the same time, it's not only skewed over space, it is also skewed over a time because most of the rainfall is confined to the what we call a monsoon months. And in monsoon months also now, a number of actual rainy days are decreasing. Maybe the impact of climate change is nowhere more visible than the rainfall pattern. So that's fine. Our per capita availability is low, and rainfall pattern is weird. But at this point of time, I'll ask you another question. What is how much rainfall on an average we get per year? Any idea how much rainfall we get per year in India in terms of millimeter? No. Okay, fine, doesn't matter. We get rainfall of more than 1,000 millimeter, maybe about 1,200, 1,300 millimeter rainfall in an average year we get. Now, today, then I'll also ask you, do you have any idea how much Israel? See, today Israel is in the news for bad regions. I'm not talking of that, but Israel is always known for managing its water very well. So, how much rainfall, average rainfall, a country like Israel gets? Less than 500 millimeter. So they get less than 500 millimeter water, millimeter rainfall. We don't talk of a water crisis or water scarcity in Israel. We get more than 1,000 millimeter of rainfall, and we talk of water scarcity and water crisis. Someone was referring to Niti Aayog report, Composite Water Management Index, which came in 2018. That how it's another matter. They also said that 20 cities are going to run out of groundwater. That hasn't happened. Our country should really face the kind of water scarcity or water crisis which we are talking of. So, what is the difference between, let's say, in India and the Israel? And that is not, that is because the way they manage water and the way we manage water. So, it is not the total availability of water which is important actually. What is more important is how we manage our water. Now, when we talk of water management, We talk of two things actually. What we talk of supply side management and demand side management. Now, supply side management is akin to increasing your income, and demand side management is akin to reducing your expenditure. So when you do a busting in the house also, what you do is either you try to increase your income or you try to reduce your expenditure. So basically that is what we call a supply side management and demand side management. Now what has happened that in India, the emphasis always has been on supply side management. It's good that some children did talk about the reducing the water consumption and all that, which is a demand side management. So we have been in India talking of supply side management mostly. In fact, there's a term you must have heard, Temple of Modern India. Now we mean slightly different. Even my institutions from where I come from, IIT Kanpur, could be regarded as Temple of Modern India. But when this term was first used by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he basically, when they laid the foundation stone of Bhakra Nangal Dam, then he used this term as Temple of Modern India. So these big dams, they are called temples of modern India. They have played a lot of role in India's food security, bringing green revolution and all that. But today there are two kinds of thoughts. One kind of thought is that people feel that big dams are the only way kind of to ensure India's water security. But there is another view which is called dam the dams. The dams also create a lot of other issues. In fact, there is a movement in the West of even a kind of doing away with or breaking some of the dams. But anyway, I don't want to get into that debate here. This is not the right forum to get into debate whether they should go for large dams, not dam. Even if you want to go for large dams, it will be very difficult now to build the dams, the kind of dams which have been built in the past, because the best sites already, on the best sites, dams have already been constructed. The kind of problem you have of resettlement, rehabilitation, forest clearance, wildlife clearance, all those. But my point is that the only way to augment the supply of water? I feel no. My experience, I have worked in the sector for nearly 7 years, and my experience of working both in the state and at the center tells me that this is not the only way to increase supply side management. You know, every city used to have earlier thousands of water bodies. The Delhi had more than 1,000 water bodies. The Bangalore was called city of lakes. Where have those lakes gone? Where have those water bodies gone? So why do you want to basically kind of store water in a huge dam, displacing thousands and thousands of people and destroying so much of forest and wildlife and all? Why can't we have millions of smaller structure? Let's go back. There's nothing wrong about talking of reviving the water bodies or reviving the tanks and ponds and wells. So I would say that there is a need for a paradigm shift in the way we want to increase our water supply, and that's from a paradigm shift from big to small. Small is beautiful, in my opinion, holds true. I remember someone, I was very happy that people were talking of aquifer, the children were talking of aquifer, they were talking of groundwater management. Groundwater management always has been a poor cousin of the surface water management, but that is the most important. See, whatever dam is visible, a canal is visible, but the groundwater is not visible. In fact, our minister, he is also presently also he is the minister, Mr. Shekhawat, once he gave a presentation to all the members of parliament and all council of ministers. I think Honorable Prime Minister was also present. And there he asked a question. He asked the question that which is the largest water storage structure? Where do you store the maximum water? And then the reply came, a number of members of parliament, somebody say Hiratpur Dam, somebody say Bhakra Dam, somebody say some other Rana Pratap Sagar Dam, different dams. And thereafter our minister very coolly said that no, the largest water storage structure are the aquifers beneath us. All the big dams, India has more than what is called a large dam. There is a definition of large dam. There are more than 5,000 large dams. India has the third largest number of large dams. But all the dams put together, they do not store water, as much water as we store in the aquifers beneath us. And what is good about this? The good thing about this storage is it's a renewable. Every year you get the rainfall. and every year it will get recharged. The problem comes when you basically extract more than what you recharge. I'll come to that little later actually. So, what is very important is recharging the groundwater, which I'll come slightly later. The other thing I'll ask you, are you aware? Because I wanted to talk a little more about demand side management and not only supply side management. Generally, per capita consumption of water in a city which has a municipal water supply, the norm is something like 135 liters per capita per day. And in some areas, like till sometimes back, I and Pawan used to stay in the same colony, a colony, Utiwa colony. And I'm sure that in South Delhi, the consumption per capita per day is something like 500 to 600 liters per day. Do we really need that kind of water? We all talk of carbon footprints. Everybody wants to reduce carbon footprints. Unfortunate part is not many people talk of water footprints. The morning cup of coffee, which many of us have, has a carbon water footprints of 140 liters. A cotton shirt has a water footprints of 2,700 liters. One pair of leather shoes has a water footprints of 8,000 liters. So these are the kind of water footprints. There is a need to know what is kind of water footprints and how do we reduce the water footprints. Fine, we need food. And to ensure food security, you need water. In India, 89%, some people say 70, 80%, actually the real data is something like 89% of the total fresh water goes into agriculture. So that's what we do. See, a lot of people will talk of, paddy is a water guzzler crop. I say paddy is not a water guzzler crop. It is a water tolerant crop. ये पानी को tolerate कर पाता है. Maybe a maize will not tolerate the way a paddy crop will tolerate. तो ये तो वही है ना कि आपको 2 ग्लास की प्यास लगी है, आपको 4 ग्लास पानी पिला दिया जाए, तो क्या होगा भाई? आप उल्टी करोगे, आप बीमार हो जाओगे. तो हम तो ज्यादा पानी दे दे के पौधों को बीमार कर देते हैं. And that's why your productivity goes down. You know how a productivity increases when you have a drip irrigation or very sprinkler irrigation, because you give only that quantity, optimum quantity of the water which is needed by that crop. So, and what is the water use efficiency in agriculture? It's something like 35 to 40%. That means we consume in agriculture 2.5 times more water than we really should consume. So even if you save 10% or 20% of that, I think that would be enough water for the need of everyone. Because how much IL you need, basically, even industry needs not more than even less than 10% of the total water that we have. Do we grow crop as per the agroclimatic condition of an area? Unfortunately, no. You grow, see, the Maharashtra is known for water scarcity. The Vidarbha region, you have heard of Vidarbha region and all. And maximum sugar cane is grown in Maharashtra. We grow paddy even in Haryana and Punjab. Till 1980s, early 1980s, no paddy was being grown in Haryana and Punjab. आप देखोगे यहाँ किसी से बात करोगे तो बोलेगा मैं रोटी खा के आ रहा हूँ. If somebody goes for a lunch, he says मैं रोटी खा के आ रहा हूँ. If you go to Odisha, you go to West Bengal, you go to maybe a part of Bihar and all, मैं भात खा के आ रहा हूँ. My कार्डो उड़ीसा जा लोगों भात तो खाई के आसची, भात खा के आ रहा हूँ. क्योंकि उधर का रेनफॉल पैटर्न था, बाकी चीजें थी, that was suitable for growing rice, and maybe Haryana, Punjab was suitable for growing paddy. But today we are growing differently. उसका भी कारण है. See, the farmers will grow whatever is good for them. आप उनको समझाएंगे जितना भी वाटर कंजर्व करो, ये करो, वो करो. In fact, there are a couple of policies. I've been a part of the government for so long, and my intention is not really to criticize the government policy, but yes, there is a need to have some policy steps actually. two policies I'll talk very briefly. One is the procurement policy. Everybody is very happy when the procurement, the surplus produce should be procured from the farmers, and then it should be utilized for the poor and the public distribution system. लेकिन हम प्रोक्योर किस चीज को करते हैं? तीन चीज को करते हैं. मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस. Somebody say नहीं we give minimum support price for 30-40 commodities, but minimum support price has no meaning unless there is a mechanism behind it to ensure procurement. अगर भाई मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस आपने कर दिया मक्के का और क्या कोई खरीदने वाला नहीं है, तो फिर तो जिसको जो रेट में बेचना होगा मार्केट फोर्स उसमें वो बेचेगा. There are only three crops, basically two crops really MSP works in India procurement system. One is paddy, the other is wheat, and the third is to certain extent जहाँ पे minimum regulatory prices दिए जाते हैं, that is sugarcane. So basically this procurement policy, in my opinion, is to a very large extent responsible for the kind of a cropping pattern which we see today. Of course, there have been some government interventions which there is no time to talk to. The other is free electricity or highly subsidized electricity. You go to Punjab, a farmer goes to sleep, he puts his pumps on and he goes to sleep. And whole night, the water is being pumped out. 50% of that at least gets evaporated. And as a result, where the water was available at 30 feet, 40 feet, today water is not available even at 500 feet. And time wouldn't be too far when some of the blocks in Haryana, Punjab, forget about water for irrigation, they may not get water for the for drinking water as well. So there are policy. It's another matter that perhaps the people who are sitting here, not much can be done, but some kind of a policy advocacy is required, in my opinion. And something is happening also. Today again, you are talking in terms of superfood, or you're talking in terms of millets, or you're talking of bajra, you're talking of jowar. It's good, but government should not only procure them, but government should also kind of incentivize their growing. I would like to, rightly someone says about the water management. As I told you, the water management is extremely important. It's not only a water availability. Now, just 2-3 examples I'll just give so that those who are connected, either present here or connected, can learn a little more. I don't know how many of you have heard of a village called Hibre Bazaar. Hibre Bazaar is name of a village. After this function is over, you can Google whatever chat GPT or whatever you do is, you can do a Hibre Bazaar. Hibre Bazaar is a village in Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra. And Ahmednagar district is also one of the drought-prone districts of Maharashtra. Now you go to that village looks so good. Everybody has a pakka house. There are at least 50-60 people who are millionaires in the village. The road is excellent. Everywhere you find greenery. And just go to about 50 years back, in 1970s or so, that village would look totally different. There were no pakka houses, the roads were bad, there was no greenery around, people were migrating, a lot of people have taken to the drinking. And then one man came, one man who has gone out of that village to do his education, a man called Popat Rao Pawar. The Popat Rao Pawar, after graduation, he came back to the village and he decided that let me do something for the village. And all he did was basically he worked for water. The water management, the water conservation, in the sense the tanks and ponds were innovated, wells were innovated, the crops were grown which were required to be grown, everything he did. And the entire that village story is a story of basically success story of that village is basically a success story of water management. There is a village called, again I'll just make a mention, called Laporia. Laporia village is in Rajasthan. And there was a man who had no formal education called Lakshman Singh. He invented what is called a chauka system. Chauka is just like a kind of a chokor, a gadha or trench for a water conservation. And today, not only his village, there are about 58 villages near his village. They all are water sufficient, and only because of small interventions. When I was Secretary of Water Resources, I went twice to a district called Banda. Banda district is in Bundelkhand region. Again, Bundelkhand is also a region which is known for water scarcity. and I went to a village called Jakhni village. Now that's called a water village or Jal Gram, Jakhni. In fact, there was a gentleman whom I kind of brought to the limelight, and I was very happy. Last year he got a Padma Shri. From that Jakhni village, a man who was having basically a kurta pajama and a gamcha. And you know what he had done in the village? He has done a merbandi. Merbandi is basically a खेत होता है ना, खेत के चारों तरफ बेसिकली मेड़ बनाया जाता है, बंड्स, यू कैन से द बंड्स. एंड उसका मेड़बंदी का ये था कि खेत पे मेड़ और मेड़ पे पेड़. दैट वाज द स्लोगन कि हर खेत के ऊपर एक मेड़ हो और एक मेड़ पे भी एक पेड़ लगा. एंड वी आल्सो हैव, in fact, the other slogan which also we also gave under Jal Shakti Abhiyan and all was घर का पानी घर में, खेत का पानी खेत में, गांव का पानी गांव में. पानी को बहने नहीं दो, पानी जहां है पानी को वहीं पे रोक लो, kind of. We came with a slogan called catch the rain where it falls when it falls. And so based on all these kind of examples, government came with what is called Atal Bhujal Yojana. Atal Bhujal Yojana is basically groundwater management scheme. Basically, the major thing is participating in groundwater management. It's a village, villager who decides कि भाई हमारे गांव में कितनी बारिश हुई, गांव का पानी कितना बह के गया, गांव का पानी कितना रहा. So he does what is called a water busting. He does water busting, and then he makes basically a plan. If there is a deficit budget, then he works accordingly, or surplus budget, he works accordingly. So these examples I give only that we need to kind of replicate and multiplicate these kind of examples. And if we do that, there is no reason why the kind of water scarcity or water crisis which we are talking should really befall us. I would talk of, generally, you know, a couple of more things I would like to talk here. One is that we all learned what is called 3 R's. In school days or college days, we learned, I don't know why they are called 3 R's, because they say reading, writing, and arithmetic is called 3 R's. But there are 3 R's of water. The 3 R's of water are basically reduce, recycle, and recharge. Reduce, recycle, reuse. But then 2 more R's, I always, whenever I had got an opportunity to talk to, I always talk of 2 more R's. The 1 R is recharge. धरती माँ को पानी पिलाओगे, धरती माँ आपको पानी पिलाएगी. दिस इज द बेसिक फंडा ऑफ रिचार्ज. आज के दिन में आप सुनते हो अर्बन फ्लडिंग. Urban flooding doesn't generally take place because of the river. Couple of years back, Patna was badly flooded, and that is not because the Ganga water reached the Patna or entered the Patna. It was the rainfall. Of course, you have a rainfall earlier, 400 millimeter rainfall would be in 10 days, and it will have a different impact. If same 400 millimeter rainfall you get in 1 day or 2 days, it will have a different impact. Where does the water go? The earlier water either used to either used to seep inside the earth, or maybe it will go through different kind of channels to different water bodies. हमने क्या किया, water bodies खत्म कर दिए. जो water bodies को जाने का channel था उसको भी हमने इंक्रोच कर दिया, कहीं पे रोड बना दिए, कहीं कुछ बना दिए. और तीसरी चीज हमने की, हर जगह हमने कंक्रीटाइज कर दिया. हमारा डेवलपमेंट कंट्री का मतलब होता है कंक्रीटाइजेशन. जहां जगह मिले कंक्रीट कर दो. और पानी जाए कहाँ? पानी आपके घर में घुसेगा. That is why the urban flooding is taking place today. So third R, which is very important, is recharge. And the fourth R, I always say, is basic respect. We must respect water. इंडिया एक ऐसी कंट्री है जहां हर ओकेजन पे, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ओकेजन्स, वाटर यूज टू बी वर्शिप. हमारे मंत्री जी कहा करते थे कि ये देश जो है वो जल को जगदीश मानने वाला देश है. बट ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम वी हैव, हम कहते हैं पैसे को पानी की तरह बहा रहा है. एज इफ की मतलब पैसा तो नहीं बहाना चाहिए, लेकिन पानी तो बहाने की चीज है, पानी तो वेस्ट करने की चीज है. सो द फिफ्थ आर, आई ऑलवेज से द फोर्थ एंड फिफ्थ आर इन माय ओपिनियन इज नो लेस इंपॉर्टेंट देन द अर्लियर 3 R's ऑफ reduce, reuse, recycle. The recharge and the respect is equally important. So I feel that a country like India, which has more than 1,000 millimeters of rainfall, cannot be a water scarce country if we manage our water well. It has to be a water surplus. And if all of us, I have not dealt with what government is doing, right from Jal Jeevan Mission to a National Water Mission to Catch the Rain campaign to whatever it may be, what are the state's initiative. In fact, one of the state initiative was mentioned in the presentation, that Mukhyamantri Jal Swavlamban Yojana of Maharashtra was mentioned. Every state almost has similar kind of things. Lot of district magistrate collectors are doing. Lot of municipal corporations are doing. In fact, when I was Secretary Water Resources, I have started a monthly series of what called Water Talk, which is still going on. Every month we used to have a Water Talk. Every Saturday I used to talk to 4 district magistrates to know about what kind of water initiative they have taken actually, apart from all these Kaizerin campaign and Jal Shakti Abhiyan and all that. So with all that, what government and government functionaries are doing, if the people at large will join hands, because I always say that water is too precious to be left to the government to manage. So we all have a role to manage, and if all of us work together, there is no reason why our country should kind of go to the doomsday, which many of people have predicted. And I'm happy, in fact, that time also I had certain reservations with Niti Aayog report, even though I was some way part of it. They say that 21 cities are going to run out of groundwater by 2021 or something, or 22. 22 is over, 23 is over. None of the cities have run out of groundwater. And in my opinion, if will not run out of groundwater, perhaps provided we manage both supply side and demand side management well. So I will end the short talk with a couplet. खमठोक ठेलता है जब नर खमठोक ठेलता है जब नर पर्वत के जाओ जाते पाँव कर मानव जब जोर लगाता है पत्थर पानी बन जाता है. So we all work together. I think we can ensure a water security in India. Water security in India. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. This was brilliant. I think talk, though little short, but I'm sure that crash course for all of us on water. Fantastic. And I think some of our colleagues have got a patience. They already figured out. You mentioned a few names. They already found out on the internet about all those people that you mentioned. So I think we are coming to a close of this event. Uh, are you available for another few minutes in case somebody wants to? Anyone wants to make any comments or any, because this was a brilliant talk by Mr. UP Singh, and I think clarity of his thought is amazing on this particular issue. So grateful that you could find time and talk to us. Yeah. Saluja sir.
No,
Saluja
sir,
sir.
sir, I wanted to congratulate and sincerely thank sir. Like you have already concluded with brilliant talk. It's very excellent and simplified presentation for everyone. Thank you very much, sir, for all
Okay.
clarifying all the. Thank you.
Anyone else? Sunitra, madam बैठी हैं क्या? हाँ, सुनित्रा, you would like you to say फोटो के बारे में बच्चों को बताना. She's
Yes,
our.
sir. I enjoyed the talk just now. It was so informative and told so simply, naturally, and beautifully. Hearty congratulations, Upendra Singh ji, on this.
Thank you very much.
Very interesting and lovely Food Future Foundation Day celebration. Thank you.
Sunitra ma'am is our advisor handling the curriculum. And I think I will, Sunitra, you can get in touch. I'll take his permission. You can get in touch with him to bring in all these aspects in the school curriculum as you work forward. I think we can have one chapter on hydration and one which is primarily on the demand side. But we can also bring in from a food and demand side, but we can bring in another chapter on the supply side as well. So that might be very interesting, and also conservation and other issues that you mentioned. In the theme 8, we can include that. Okay,
Definitely.
So yeah, we come to the conclusion of the event, and
Sir, may I ask a question?
Yes. So thank you, sir. We could not have asked for a better insight and spotlight on today's theme. And thank you everyone for joining us today. As we come to the close of this enriching session, I invite Miss Ria Gaba from the team to extend a vote of thanks. Over to you, Ria. Thank you, Drishti. With a heart full of gratitude and a deep sense of appreciation, we bring this event marking the World Food Day with a theme Water is Life, Water is Food, Leave No One Behind to a close. It is my distinct honor to deliver this vote of thanks on behalf of Food Future Foundation celebrating its fourth Foundation Day. Today, we had the privilege of hearing from a distinguished keynote speaker, Sri Upendra Prasad Singh. His address on the essence of water, its role, challenges, and India's vision was truly insightful. I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, sir. Your presence here today has been an inspiration. Your wisdom and dedication to sustainable solutions are genuinely appreciated, making this event extraordinary. We express our sincere appreciation to Dr. Rajan Shankar, who, though regrettably unable to join us today, but in his absence, we are honored to have Dr. Raj Bhandari and Pavan sir sharing his words and speaking on his behalf. Thank you, sir, for taking us on a journey through the Global Hunger Report 2023, shedding the light on India's ranking in the Global Hunger Index. Special appreciation goes to the young talents from Lotus Valley School, Gurgaon, and students from various universities and colleges from all over India who have enriched our discussions with their poster presentations and passion for the cause. This reminds us that it's our youth who will shape the future. And thanks to Ms. Meera Kanda for her active engagement and thought provoking contributions. I would like to congratulate Dr. Panda, our esteemed trustees, on this fourth Foundation Day. We also extend our gratitude to all the speakers for sharing their valuable insights. To our dedicated partners, your time and expertise have been instrumental in the event's resounding success, and we express our gratitude for your unwavering support. Last but not the least, our appreciation extends to every member of the audience, both present here and those who joined us virtually. We hope the discussions today have ignited a sense of responsibility and inspired you to make a difference in your own capacity. Thank you, Pawan sir, and the entire Food Future Foundation team for your dedication and collective efforts in ensuring the remarkable success of this event. Congratulations to you all on this fourth Foundation Day. In conclusion, let us carry forward the greatest insight from this event that water is not just a vital resource, it is life, it is food. Let's continue to protect and preserve it for a sustainable and brighter future for all. Once again, thank you all and have a wonderful evening.
Very good. Okay. So I think we can formally bring this event to a close. Kuldeep, you want to convey a vote of thanks from on your behalf?
He's on mute.
Okay, ठीक है. All right. So we bring this event to a closure. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining us here today, and wish you all a very happy World Food Day with focus on water. Thank you.